Welcome to the Senior View. And today we have two very special people who I think will be very important for you to listen to, because it's all about services at Bay Path Elder Care Services in Marlborough. And we're so fortunate today to have Susan Cote, our options counselor, and we have Michelle Farrell, our case manager for Hopkinton. So many of you maybe already know Michelle, I'm sure. Welcome, both of you.
Thanks.
Welcome, both of you. Well, let's start. Options counseling. Somebody calls you, probably an outreach worker. For communication. Somebody would call the senior center first, and then the outreach worker would call in Bay Path, right? Is that how it still works?
That sure is.
Yeah. Do people call you without going to the senior center?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They do.
Okay, because they're online, and all you have to do is get into it.
Exactly.
That's right. Even if you just have questions, but in today's world. When there's sudden illness with your spouse, or you need a place to live, your memory is going and you can't drive anymore, or your health, changes come in very fast.
Exactly.
Changes. So tell me, how do you greet a person? Of course, you talk to them on the phone and make an appointment to see them. And
exactly, yes. So I work with individuals themselves and family members who want to get involved, just to learn about what kind of needs they might have, and my role is to help them understand and be familiar with all the programs and services that might be able to meet those needs, just so they can make a better informed choice about what kind of services they want for themselves, how they're going to get it, how to pay for them, and basically just my role as an educator and helping them getting a clear understanding of what's out there.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I wrote down some ideas: mobility assistance, meal plans, housing, individual counseling.
Yeah,
I'm sure, and respite care.
Yeah,
and supplemental services on a limited basis.
Yeah.
And options counselor here I put. And,
exactly.
So you must be very busy.
There's a wide variety of things that I can help people understand, even if they have a current need, or even if they're doing future planning for whatever needs they feel they might have. As an example, I just met with someone with Parkinson's disease, and she knows from conversations with her doctor that she's going to be a lot more immobile in the next 2 or 3 years, and she wants to make a plan for how she's going to be able to get those needed services when they come. So we do help with transportation, what's out there, in-home services, money management.
That's important.
Yeah, exactly.
When you lose your spouse, you kind of go into shock.
Yep.
And you need somebody there. And I know one couple where the gentleman is the controller, and all the finances are on the computer. Everything.
Right.
And he's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
His wife told me, but she's learning how to do it.
Exactly.
But if there was a sudden death, you would probably go in and help.
Yep, exactly.
Because you people understand the computer, I'm sure.
Exactly.
A little bit.
Yep. So
yes.
Each case is so individual. So just taking a look at what their needs are, and helping them understand if they might be eligible for some other programs that might be able to help financially. We can.
What other kind of programs are there?
Well, there's lots of programs through Mass Health that people don't realize that they might actually be eligible for, that they thought otherwise. And so helping them understand what's out there and help with next steps. If they choose a certain direction they want to go in, I'll certainly help with how are they going to get there from point A to point B, with developing what steps need to be taken. And if any obstacles come up, I'm there to assist with those too, for sure.
You're busy.
Yes.
Because, legally, I'm sure you have to deal with lawyers at times.
Exactly. Yep, sure.
But isn't it wonderful that our seniors we have this.
Yep.
It's a comfort.
Yep.
Because in today's world, children live away, a lot of them.
Exactly.
And sometimes people are alone.
Exactly.
I mean, our senior center is so busy.
Yeah.
And, it's like family, it's like home.
Right,
to
exactly.
several people,
Yeah.
And all the wonderful programs they have and,
Yeah.
and activities.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Exactly.
It's so important.
It is.
Wonderful. And respite care?
Yeah, respite is a big part of it, and we get people connected to places that do offer respite, and our family caregiver program at Bay Path. One of her big roles is helping caregivers who are in need of respite services and time off if they're the main caregiver.
Do you ever play the part of a legal guardian?
No, not myself, but we can get people connected to those types of guardians for sure, if that's where that's where they want to go. So,
If they were alone or the children were away, that's
Yep.
for sure.
Exactly.
That's for sure. And you must be very busy on your job,
Oh, yeah.
Michelle. And I've heard nice things about you through Hopkinton people. And it's a lovely town. And don't you? You've been to the senior center, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. A lot of my clients go to the senior center, and they work at the senior center. Some of my clients, so it's nice to get to know the area because I cover Hopkinton, but I also cover a few other towns, which is nice. So I kind of go all over the place.
Now, Bay Path, they cover 14 towns, is it?
Yeah.
14. Wow. Wow. And so, how many case managers do you have? I mean, that's a lot of work.
I believe
14.
it's roughly 13 or 14, and each of us. I have a caseload of about 70 clients.
Oh.
Yeah, but everyone's different, and everyone has a different case, so keeps everything busy, and you're learning new things every day.
And you help people find doctors if they need them, and so whatever their needs are, you just step right in. My heavens, yeah, that's very busy. That's so supplemental services on a limited basis. What would that take in?
So services that can come into the home to help out? Is that what you mean by supplemental services?
Yes, yeah.
There's lots of different service supports that are out there in the community. And we can get through the, Michelle's the case manager with the state subsidized home care program. So
Yeah, so some of the services offered that we can get in the home is homemaking, which is meal prep, cleaning, laundry,
Good.
personal care, which is hands-on, bathing, dressing, things like that. We have our Meals on Wheels program, which is very popular. We have nurses who go in through VNAs if needed, if someone's coming out of a nursing home, rehab, or a hospital. Let's see what else. We have our ECC program, which is our advocates program, who is for mental health counseling. Let me see what else. We have companion services if someone just wants to sit with someone and talk, play games.
Now, do you have somebody come in to stay overnight?
We can. It depends on the program we do. Not usually. The Frail Elder Waiver Program, there's more hours throughout the week that we can do overnights. It depends on the case, really, and the client's need.
Now, do these workers, do they work, for you, of course, for the clients, but through you or through agencies?
Yep, through agencies. Bay Path has numerous contracts with agencies.
Oh, I can't imagine how many.
Yep,
Yeah.
so we work directly with them. We say what the client needs, these hours, these days, preference on workers, male, female, things like that. And then they will set up the care. We'll run the schedule by the client, and then usually that's how it works out. We work with the workers directly in the agencies.
I like the idea of mobility assistance. That's so important. So important. It is indeed. In the meal plans, yeah, and individual counseling with all of you.
Yeah,
That's very good.
Yeah, we see our clients about every 3 months, so
Every 3 months.
as needed.
And
so
as needed.
If they have a problem, we're up there. The case manager is the person at Bay Path to reach. If there's options, we talk to Sue, but yeah, we're usually that person for them at Bay Path. So sometimes people don't have anyone else, so we're sometimes their only person to talk to about their care. So I think it's great, and you learn a lot about all different types of people.
Is there a certain case that you could talk about without mentioning names where you can see the difference in the person after receiving the help and see their growth and confidence and feeling better? Because you people must be like angels, I mean, really. Do you have any special cases that really stand out in your mind to show the public, the goodness of reaching out for help and don't stay alone. Talk it out, And I'm sure there are many, many cases that really touch your heart.
Sure.
Yes.
Trying to think.
Yes.
Yeah. A recent family I was working with, it shows the benefit of options counseling, because the whole point of options counseling, it's a partnership between, the aging services access points like BayPath and the independent living centers. It's part of the Aging and Disability Resource Consortia, where it's meant to be a no wrong door policy, where you're not going to have to call 10 different places to get 10 different answers. So it's meant to streamline access to information. So a good example is from family. I got a call from a son, and he was very intelligent. He's a college professor, I think in like neuroscience. So you can tell he knows his stuff. But when it came to trying to get services in place for his mom when she was going to be discharged from rehab, he just didn't know where to go. And he looked on the website, on the internet to look for information, and it was just kind of overwhelming.
Yes.
So he called me, and he left a message. I called him back that day, and he was just surprised that someone actually would call back that day.
Wonderful.
So I was able to meet with him and his mom, we met while they were still in rehab, and she was going to be getting discharged, and so we reviewed what kind of needs she had, and they were going to be more extensive. She had a lot of issues, which led to her being in rehab. So when she got discharged home, one of the options that they chose to go in was to become a BayPath client, and they enrolled. They also applied for one of the Mass Health programs through the Frail Elder Waiver. So I assisted them with the Mass Health application to make sure they were on the right track, and it all went very smoothly. And within a matter of a month, they were approved for Mass Health, and they started receiving services.
Wonderful.
Through BayPath. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And Michelle, do you have anything that stands out?
With a lot of our clients, they're hesitant to having a worker come into their house, a kind of stranger, if that's new to them, especially if they live alone. So a lot of the times, the case manager or myself will go when the worker is first scheduled to go, and will help the client be accepted to the worker coming in, show them specifically the ways around the house, what the client wants. Hoardings, we see hoarding a lot with clients, and we have to, be sensitive to that. It's their home, and we show about not moving things around, just making clear pathways, making it a safe environment. And another thing that recently I saw was clients who are hesitant to go to the doctor or don't have transportation to the doctor. We provide transportation for medical appointments only. We can provide an aide to go with them, like a personal care aide, if they have mobility issues or transferring issues. So if we give them that option, then they're more likely to go to the doctor and go and see their doctor if there are medical concerns.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And, think of the trust that's being built up, with people again in their lives, because a lot of people have been alone for a long time and have done very well, but you do reach that point, that's for sure. That's for sure. And so there are many agencies within Massachusetts that will help out, definitely, and all the care workers that you have. And how many hours a day do you work? 8 hours a day?
I work part-time with BayPath, so I work 24 hours a week.
I see. What about you, Michelle?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, so it's 37 and a half hours a week.
And just think of all the people you're helping as you drive around these towns. And, oh, how wonderful, how wonderful. And so you work with the senior centers, the outreach workers, and I'm sure there's good, trusting relationships there. And because they go out and do what they do, and then they call you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you know, it's such a relief that people have a place to go. Because I don't know how it is in other states. I don't know. I think
Massachusetts is pretty good.
That's what I've been told. Massachusetts is one of the best.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh. How long have you been working, Michelle?
I graduated, I majored in gerontology. I graduated about 2 years ago, so I've been with Bay Path ever since, so a year and a half almost.
Oh, and you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Someday
Not going
you'll both
anywhere.
write a book. Favorite memories.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Well, another big part of our job at Bay Path is to, do a lot of outreach and make sure we're connecting with those community partners. So we both to let them know about what we do at Bay Path and also just to keep up to date with all the wonderful programs and services that are out there and available. Our information referral department does a really good job of really keeping our resources updated. So when people call Bay Path, they're typically the first person you're going to talk to. So whether they have a question about maybe they have a vet who does home visits, or if they want to find a certain kind of doctor or a dentist, or if they want to know who does snow plowing, that we have that resource. And if we don't have it, we realize that's an unmet need and we need to research it. So we're always updating constantly our resources for sure. Yeah.
Now, is Christine still the director?
She is, yes.
Yes. Now, how long has she been there now?
Oh, goodness.
A long time. Because
Long time. Yeah.
Yes. Because when I was working, because I've been retired now for 2 years.
Okay.
But she was there as the director.
Yeah.
And she's wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I always enjoyed the meetings between the senior center outreach workers and going to Bay Path.
Exactly.
And connecting.
Sure. Yeah.
Connecting and finding out, what's new, because there's constant changes because of laws.
Exactly.
You have to really protect yourself. That's for sure.
Oh, sure. Yep,
That's
definitely.
for sure. Oh, I'm telling you. Well, is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Let's see. Well, we should talk about, the eligibility for the state home care program.
All right. Go ahead.
Because there's 3 areas you have to meet. You have to be over age 60. You have to be within a certain income guideline for the home care program. And you also have to show you actually need the program. So showing that you have 6 areas of need. They could be some of the personal care needs like bathing and dressing and transferring, but also it could be help with laundry, housekeeping, transportation, shopping, meal preparation, things like that. So showing you actually have to need the program.
Now, what happens to a person if they're over income a little bit?
So there's kind of 2 levels. There's I don't have the exact amount, but if you're just over income, it's at a kind of a cost-sharing program. So there is a copay for those services. For our home care basic program, it's 3 hours a week of services. So your copay is based on your income. So the lower the income, the lower the copay, and the higher the income, the higher the copay,
so
of course.
the person isn't rejected.
Exactly.
They just pay a little bit more.
Exactly.
Well, that's not too bad, believe you me.
Yeah.
It's better to have the service.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
And I do work with a lot of people in options counseling. If maybe they don't meet all those needs that's required for the state home care program, so I can meet with them to kind of brainstorm. Okay, what else can we do to get your needs met?
Oh, that's wonderful. Michelle, would you like to say anything more?
Trying to think. Let me see. I think an important part about being a case manager is that we see people who don't have anyone else involved, and also that's a service that's offered, that case management, that someone is regulating your care, following it, and making sure that you're getting that care. So I think it's important that you'll get that relationship. It's a professional one, but you know, it does become a very close relationship when you're seeing someone every 3 months. So it might be a positive out of everything if you don't have anyone involved.
Yes, yes. Well, I want to thank you both for coming today.
Sure, thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you so much, Michelle, and thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
You know, and it's so important. I'd like to have you come back when changes take place, or, you know, new rules and laws, you know.
Yes.
You know, for qualifications, and that's for sure. That's for sure. So I hope you have enjoyed this, and you know, gives you something to think about, and that you're not alone, and you're safe. Between the senior center, the outreach workers, and these wonderful women who work for Bay Path Elder Care Services, you're not alone. And you know, sometimes it's just good to know that's available, and it gives you something to think about, and they will help you make a good plan just for you. Okay? So thank you for watching, and you have a good night.
My name is Officer John Corden of the Hopkinton Police Department. I'm here to explain some important information regarding opiate overdoses under the Good Samaritan Law, Chapter 94C, Section 34A. First, a person who in good faith seeks medical assistance for someone experiencing a drug-related overdose shall not be charged or prosecuted for possession of a controlled substance. Second, a person who experiences a drug-related overdose and, in good faith, either seeks medical assistance or others seeking assistance shall not be charged or prosecuted for possession of a controlled substance. Third, the act of seeking medical assistance for someone who is experiencing a drug-related overdose may be used as a mitigating factor in a criminal prosecution under the Controlled Substance Act. Lastly, a person acting in good faith may receive a Narcan prescription and administer it to an individual appearing to be experiencing an opiate-related overdose. For more information, please contact the Hopkinton Police Department or Denise Hildreth, Director of Youth and Family Services. Thank you.
This show often talks to people who have interesting hobbies or careers or different things that they have going on that affect our community.
I'm Mary Arnott, your host.
There is a huge need for providing food for individuals and family.
And that's the key. Is working well together.
You can see more episodes online at our website, hcam.tv.
Hi, I'm Tim Kilduff, and this is Business Matters. I think we got to talk a little bit about the history. I mean, you were born into something pretty special, weren't you?
Yeah.
The shop is a safe haven for a lot of people, young and old.
Business Matters is HCAM's show focusing not only on businesses in Hopkinton, but more importantly, the people who run and manage those businesses.
Just a minute, folks.
It's Dive-In Drive-In time, and we got a great western for you today.
Dive-In Drive-In is a new program featuring the HCAM staff's favorite B-movies. We hope you enjoy these treasured films of yesteryear.
Even if we don't get paid, there ain't no job we trade. We're hauling freight and station thing along the Santa Fe.
So check out the HCAM TV website at hcam.tv for movie days and showtimes.
Share Their Art, followed by an open mic with people who come from near and far.
Think Jackson Pollock in monochromatic brown.
When the owls finally roost and small creatures can safely sleep, I can sleep too.
I sang with the master and danced for eternity in the light of the moon.
Then there's me.
Welcome to Hopkinton Coffee Break. A very special dessert done by a woman from Hopkinton that I've started using regularly. We had your residents participating both as vendors and as shoppers, and that was so much fun. Real Hopkinton Housewives, if you're on Facebook, you will have a blast. Thanks for joining us. Cheers, guys. It's been a great.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
See you guys.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Peralt, host of the program Meet Your Neighbor on HCAM TV.
Kids got so much on their plate, and they're traveling here and they're traveling there.
You know, they still need help from time to time.
My father always was outdoors. I mean, he grew up, he had pet baby squirrels.
This show introduces you to Hopkinton residents, the many interesting people who are our neighbors, and we invite them to share stories, experiences, insights, and observations from their lives.
I'm Dr. Bruce Carlin. Welcome to Physician Focus.
A caregiver's burden can take people by surprise and seem overwhelming.
More than 1 in 3 Americans are living with prediabetes.
Complicated grief can increase the risk of physical and mental illness, substance abuse, and suicide.
Healthy eating promotes good health and reduces the risk for chronic illness.
People will get arm pain. About 80 to 90% of people have arm pain after the HPV vaccines.
Welcome to the Senior View. And today we have some very special guests who do some very special work.
We've done a lot of charity quilts. We've done quilts for veterans. We've done quilts for the Serenity House.
So we try to figure out what are your goals, what's your time frame, what's your motivation for moving, what's the situation with the house.